Over the past 9 months, a live soap opera has been played out on the streets of Wrexham. Inspired by stories told by local people, it follows a group of Wrexham lovers, families, feuders and rivals. Their stories of love, deceit, revenge and reunion were performed live to an unsuspecting audience in familiar places around Wrexham. This is the story of 9 Stories High, from behind the scenes.
This is episode 1 of 9 Stories High, and this is where we meet our characters for the very first time. We meet Terry, his wife Sandra, and his girlfriend Paula, here on the streets of Wrexham. So we're meeting them and finding out what's going on. The basic premise of the scene is Terry is out shopping with his wife Sandra, having a nice morning out on the streets of Wrexham, doing a spot of shopping and a little coffee, where they run into his girlfriend, unbeknownst to his wife, Paula. A scene ensues, and we find out at the end of this that both of them are pregnant. However, Paula is just faking, just to entrap a man.
We used to enjoy going to Woolheath. This town has changed since I was a boy.
Hello, my name's Alan Harris. I'm the librettist on 9 Stories High, and I've written the first 3 episodes. And worked closely with the composer Stacey and the director Ian. And I say we've done a series of workshops over the last 3 months, culminating in 3 episodes of 9 Stories High.
So if somebody's got a favourite story or an event that they want to tell us about.
At the start of each month, myself and the writer, we've had 3 different writers on the project, have gone into a different location and ran a writing workshop. This is where we've been taking stories from the people of Wrexham.
At our reception, 2 very good friends of my parents, one of them came to me, he said, "I've got an envelope for you, but don't open it until you're both together." So, right, I won't. So I didn't. Went upstairs to get changed. I said to my husband, Colin is his name, I said, "I've got an envelope." He said, "Oh, get the thing open." I did open it, and a key fell out. I thought, this is very peculiar. And a little note to say, "I need to speak to you. You've no money." There was a £5 note. It was a lot of money then. So, yeah, Colin said, "You better go and see what this is all about." He said, "I'll stay here. You go and see him." His name was Robert. Called him Bob. Yeah. Went downstairs. He was only a very short man, but he was a little bit of a joker. Yeah. And I said, "What's all this?" He said, "We know you've no money to go away with, but there is the key. You're going to use our caravan," which was a static caravan, in Blackpool.
We were married with a god of love when my Terry was in the cross. We had no cash, a Blackpool honeymoon, but we were happy, weren't we, honey, with our wet week in a mate's caravan.
It's been an interesting process. We decided on having 3 creative teams who were going to be working on 3 months each. So we found the artists, first of all, that were going to be the writer, the composer and the director for each of the 3 monthly sections for the soap opera. And then we had a production meeting with those team members, and we got together with the 3 writers, and we initially started creating an overarching storyline that we could work into, a sort of skeleton framework really, that would give us enough space for each artist to input their own creative development and to make sure that we got a lot of development from the monthly writing workshops within the community, which were an imperative part of the project really, to give people ownership of the soap opera 9 Stories High really, and give them an insight into what's involved involved in creating an opera.
Told me to sing it. I was pregnant with Claire. What? I can't believe I'm a father.
My name's Joe Rush. I'm originally from Ireland, but I live in Cardiff, and I'm on this project with Welsh National Opera Max Department, and we're in Wrexham filming 9 Stories High, a series of 9 soap operas that we're performing in different venues around Wrexham. The character I play is called Terry, and Terry's initial indiscretion in the first episode is what starts the whole story off. Terry's had an affair, and he's paying the price. His wife has left him. His wife, who was expecting his child, has left him, which leaves him in a bit of a predicament. And I guess feeling a little insecure, he takes up with the girl who he had the affair with. Somewhat ironically, her mother takes advantage of him and does him out of his pub and basically ruins his life. So Terry's left almost destitute, without a wife, eventually without a girlfriend, without a pub, without a job, and he's trying to make his way back into civilized society, I guess.
Sandra gone to God knows where.
My name is Polly Greenwood, and I play the role of Sandra Field. That's Terry's sweetheart in 9 Stories High. Terry's wife is basically a reactionary character because she has to cope with an awful lot of bombshells that seem to explode in every episode. She gets to tell Terry that they're expecting their first baby in episode 1, and then she finds out about Terry's past, his affair with Paula, and every time she has a really warm moment, she's always blindsided by some other random thing, like in Tesco's. She wins 100 grand, which should be a really, really good day.
I won the competition!
But then she's blindsided by the revelation that Terry has a child from a previous relationship, a grown-up daughter who actually owns the pub that he used to own. So it's so complicated and intricate. It really tests you because you've got so many different emotions to go through in a really short space of time. Most of the episodes are only 5 to 10 minutes long, so that's a challenge. It's fun though.
I'm Stacey Blythe. I'm the composer for the first 3 episodes of Wrexham Soap Opera. My role's quite big really because I'm writing everything that they sing, which is great for me because I love doing it. And it's a very quick turnaround because I get the lyrics, I get the libretto, and then a week later I hand the scores in. And then the singers have 2 weeks to learn it, and we come up and rehearse. And it's been great. And I'm really sorry that it's stopping now, but I've had a really good time. Composing is really natural for me. It's as natural as talking. So when I get my libretto, I'm not anxiously wondering which notes, because I've always got lots of things going on in my head anyway. I'm very glad to get the libretto because the libretto really gives me my map of what I'm going to write. In a sentence, you've got a natural pattern and a natural beat, and that's how I compose. I match my notes to the natural beat of the words, and then lift things to different places dramatically with the harmony or with the keys. And yeah, that's how I do it.
The writer has had 1 week to write the libretto. Then the buck gets passed to the composer, and the composer then had 1 week to write the music. And then after that, the singers had 1 week to learn the music. Then every month we all get together with the singers and we rehearse, and the director in Wrexham Museum, a day and a half rehearsal before we then put the show on the road each month in a different location around Wrexham. So the pattern of 9 of these has gone like that, and I'm very pleased to say it's gone smoothly, and we are now, I can't believe, at the end of the process.
We haven't had that much time to learn each episode, maybe a week and a half, but the episodes are quite short. The episodes are somewhere between 5 and 10 minutes each, so there isn't a huge difficulty in learning it as long as we put the time aside to begin with. Then in the rehearsal process, that helps to memorize it, and by the time we're finished rehearsing, it's usually pretty solid in the noggin. The bigger problem is coming back at the end of the year, 8 months after the first episode, and trying to remember what you did 8 months previously in a very short period of time. That's a bit trickier.
I'm Yolo, good to meet you.
I'm Sandra, good to finally meet a gentleman here in Wrexham.
My name's Jonathan Ainscoe and I play Yolo Price in 9 Stories High. It's been brilliant actually, really good. I've done a couple of similar things but nothing on this scale, and it's just been brilliant. It's been really fun to have to learn it all so quickly and get it together, and just doing them in public is brilliant. It's fun, yeah. I seem to quite often get cast as bad guys. I don't know why, as I'm very nice. But it's been great actually, and he is, of all the villains in the world, he is a very villainous villain, and does terrible things, which is fun. Sorry, so sorry. What's happening? Sandra's gift, Yolo's gift, wine laced with poison.
We've been working with a fantastic production company called Minimal Media, who are local graduates who set up their own production company here, and who've been brilliant to work with. Worked really hard all year on not just filming behind the scenes, filming each episode, filming rehearsals as well, and doing the trailer that we did for episode 9. And it's been fantastic to see the final pieces going out on YouTube and picking up a following and people watching them like a proper little soap opera omnibus as well, really. So I've been told we have over 5,000 hits in total, which is just amazing, and hopefully that will grow as not just after this project, but because they're out there for eternity, hopefully people will still pick up on them and follow a little bit of 9 Stories High for themselves.
My name's Anna and my character's Claire Morgan. She's a typical Wrexham girl. She became the landlady of the Spoons in the 3rd episode, and then later on in the series she found out who her dad was, which was Terry Fields. So she's had quite a few quite a few exciting storylines. It's been really good. The less time you have to learn it, I think the more thoroughly you learn it. So it's been, and the melodies are quite memorable, so you find yourself singing odd lines all over the place.
Have you ever wished somewhere else, anywhere else but Wrexham?
My name is Helen Woods, and I have been the composer for the last 3 episodes of 9 Stories High. The process of this has been a really interesting process because you have all the madness of only having a week to compose something alongside it being captured forever on film, which is a joy. And no, it's lovely, and it's been really lovely to be part of something that's sort of handing the baton on from one composer to another, and it's been able to use some of their ideas and incorporate that into the last 3 episodes. It's been fun.
I have a background in theatre and poetry and other stuffs, but obviously I've come to opera for the last few years, and I'm working with the creative team, Elvin Jones and Joanna Turner, as well as all the brilliant production team, for episodes 4, 5 and 6. The Christmas episode, I think, went really well. It was the biggest one, from my understanding, that we've done thus far, and I couldn't help taking advantage of that fact. We had a community choir, which was brilliant. It meant we could actually have a kind of chorus element, a choral element of the opera that I could write into it. That in itself was new and fun. And that's the biggest thing I found with the Christmas episode. It was a lot of fun, both to write and to watch and to be a part of making, because it was so full of things. I tried to complement the ideas of all Christmas traditions, operatic, literate, as in Dickens. We got the ghosts of present wife, past girlfriend, possible future in there, and we also got It's a Wonderful Life, so cinematic film, if you will, traditions in there. We got It's a Wonderful Life's Angel on one side and Terry, our main character, considering darker thoughts. That in itself was a lot of fun to do.
My name is Thea Evans and I play Ariel Lloyd. This has been the craziest project that I have ever done, but there has never been a dull moment, and there's always been great people to work with, and it's been great fun and great laughs. The time scale of this is just absolutely intense. We get the music I'd say a week before, and then we'll get just under a week to learn it, and then we'll get a day and a half to rehearse it. So no, I haven't had anything on quite this scale before, especially working with new composers and new writers. It's quite mind-boggling how it all comes together, but it does, and it does because we've got a great team. That was one of the first things that I found out, actually. They said, oh, by the way, you're dying in this. So I was quite excited when I found out, actually. I thought, oh great, this is the first death scene I've ever played. So yeah, it's been the greatest challenge that I've ever done. So yeah, it's been cool.
It's been an unusual journey. So the music is written in a week, we learned it in a week, we rehearsed it in a day and a half, and we perform it live somewhere in Wrexham. And then for a promenade performance this week, we're going to perform all 9 episodes in one day, which is insane. But it should be a lot of fun and a challenge, and hopefully people around Wrexham will catch on to some of that energy and will enjoy what we're trying to do, and hopefully it may even open a few people's minds to opera who hadn't considered it as a form of entertainment before.
I really enjoyed it. I'm a classical singer myself, so that's what I kind of like listening to. So yeah, I thought it's a really good idea to do it in the town. I just really enjoyed it.
It's interesting, actually. It's nothing like that happens in Wrexham, so it was interesting. It was good. I'm going to follow it.
Stop it! I just want to go home and...
My name's Kerry Moore. I work here at Debenhams, and I'm a student. The performance that I just witnessed just now, the opera performance, I was surprised really at first, because I was just serving. We were like, it's a fire alarm going off. I really realised it was the opera, and I came along, and it was really good. It was amazing, actually. How many was there? Was there 3 people that were doing it? I thought it was really impressive. It was really impressive. This is the first time I've experienced like any sort of opera, that kind of singing, because you see all the alternative and the indie and the normal kind of music these days. That's a bit more alternative. And I thought the difference in it was really good. I liked it. It was just strange to see like opera just in a store. It was a bizarre and I don't know, unnatural kind of setting. But the difference was like unique, and it was, although it was quite strange as it's in my workplace. But it was interesting, I'd say.
in the local area. We come here every Saturday, and a bit surprised to see the opera singing and stuff today. You know, if someone had said that, we would have been like, no, not in Wetherspoons here, but no, I thoroughly enjoyed it.
But the opera singers that we've seen here today are absolutely fantastic. We've enjoyed it.
Oh, the person stood out for me was the girl behind the bar. When she come behind here, bit of interaction and stuff. And she sung it well, so it was really good.
What was I thinking? I couldn't live without my Sandra.
The performance was very good. It's something different for Wrexham. Nice to hear a bit of opera for a change. Yeah, very good.
My name's Daz. Basically, I'm here working for a charity today, raising money for soldiers in Afghanistan. The performance was pretty good, yeah. Excellent. It was, especially using the upper layer as well. That was pretty good, yeah. It was very lively. Got everyone's attention, and there was quite a big crowd going on as well today. I'm not really into my opera really, but it did really, it sort of opened my eyes a bit to it now. It was pretty good, yeah.
I thought the performance was tremendous. As one who's never actually been to see opera live, only on cinema, I would have said this is absolutely tremendous, and I think it's a fantastic way of bringing opera to the people who wouldn't normally see opera.
My name is James Pitt, and I'm 11 years old, and well, I also do singing, so I thought it was actually quite entertaining, considering it was also used within the shop, not as in just blocking out the whole shop. The person who stood out the most for me was the man, because it's just the way he sounded, really.
And I go to bed jazz like my brother, and I like singing. I thought the performance was awesome, and it was, I loved it. My favourite was the lady, because it was so funny when she came up to us. And I liked the lady that won the lottery. Yeah, it was funny.
What's to know? Everything! Alright, I love a bit of ham, but I really hate spam. Oh dear!
I'm Antonia, and I enjoy music, theatre and playing the flute and things like that. I thought it was really different to what I've normally seen, so it was really great to see it in areas I knew as well. My favourite character was Yolo because he's evil. I think this production is probably better than in a theatre because it's more live and you get to get up and close and you get to see them, so I think that's good.
I think it's great fun. It's really fun to see something that's moving around town, taking people by surprise, that's getting people curious and also involving some people singing in the choruses and so on. I think it makes a real change from the theatre because it's so much more accessible. Theatre tickets are really expensive these days. Something like this, it's free, it's a surprise, it can involve everybody, no matter, there might not be normal theatre goers or interested in classical music usually.
My name's Kevin Jones, I'm the store manager of the store. Worked there for about 2 years now. Yeah, I thought the performance went really well. I thought the actors and the singers did themselves proud, really. Never used to be a fan of classical music, but I tend to take a bit of a shine to it now, yeah. I think it's different. I think it's the first time I've ever seen anything like this in a DIY store, so certainly a bit adventurous, yeah.
The purse strings.
Yeah, my name is Dee Broughton and I'm singing in the choir in the production. It's the first time I've ever been in an opera in my life. It's brilliant. Yes. I think it went very well. What do you think?
I think it went very well indeed. It's hard to judge because you're so excited about getting to the last episode.
where we have more to contribute. That I mean, for most of it, it's the first I've seen of it, so it's really exciting, and it works so very well in the middle of a crowded Tesco's or anywhere else.
It was really hard to sing at the end because we hadn't seen what was going to happen, and it was really interesting to remember to sing. Will we do anything like this again? Definitely, I will, yes, if I get the chance.
I'd certainly love to, yes, it's really exciting.
My name is Mark Williams. I'm the writer, librettist of the last 3 episodes of 9 Stories High. Yeah, the last episode I thought went terrifically well, especially the number of technical considerations with the choir and the chorus, you know, it being the chorus, and so much sort of big dramatic action happening, which could have gone, you know, could have been a few hitches, but yeah, it went brilliantly and was such a strong ending to the series of stories. So, yeah, it was demanding, but it was very nice to be able to give Terry in particular a strong ending, because with him being the sort of the man who starts off by having an affair and loses his wife and loses his business, there was a definite sense towards the latter episodes that poor Terry was getting quite a raw deal, and it was really nice to kind of give him a strong sort of heroic moment where he rescues his wife from the dust of the Yolo at the end. So I really enjoyed that.
I've thoroughly enjoyed working all around Wrexham, especially with the writing workshops. We've been to a lot of different groups in Wrexham. We've been to groups like primary schools, secondary schools like Ysgol Morgan Llwyd, we've been to Bryn Teg Primary, but we've also been to the PIE unit in Gwersyll, Pendine Care Park Homes. We've been to a lot of diverse groups, and that's why we've been getting their different stories to put into our soap opera, our 9 Stories High.
It's been great. I was a bit terrified to start with, but then after watching the first one I was in, like it works so well and it's brilliant, and everyone's so talented, and they've just been brilliant. It's been really good. Yeah,
I've had huge fun. I've found it difficult at times because the episodes are spaced so far apart for a story that keeps running. But it's been a lot of fun, particularly working with different creative teams. It can be very satisfying when people actually engage with you, and I think the project has been largely successful in that, particularly in spaces like Tesco's and in the butcher's market. We have people very close to us and people doing their shopping around us, and I think largely they managed to take in some of what we're doing, enjoy some of the music, enjoy the singing, but at the same time get on with their everyday Saturday shopping, which is good.
It's been a challenge, but I've really enjoyed myself. They've been a great group of people to work with, and so many different situations to explore. So it's been really fun in that respect, and also singing in public to an audience that's not expecting you to burst into song. Also, it's very much out of my comfort zone, and that's always a good thing because it tests you. So I think it's been a real learning experience.
I've enjoyed the project immensely. I have met some amazing people that I will definitely keep in touch with, and it's just been great to work with Welsh National Opera. It's just such a privilege, I think, as a young artist. I think it's a wonderful opportunity, and it's been great to be here in Wrexham. I love Wrexham.
And it'll be really sad to see it all come to an end, and I can't quite believe that 9 months have gone so fast, but I'm really proud of the work that we've done, and I'm really proud of the work that all the creative team have done, and I think everyone's enjoyed the project. I don't know why anyone hasn't done anything like this before, in all honesty, because it seems quite obvious, but it's been a really fun project and very successful in terms of breaking down the boundaries within the local community and building awareness as to what WNO is doing in the area and making opera a lot more accessible to people. So well done everybody, and well done Wrexham.